What's up, guys? Welcome back to another upload on the channel. I know it's been a while, but today we got a special upload and we're gonna be working on something a little bit different. You've seen this car on the channel before. This is Ashley's RAV4. We're absolutely loving it. As you guys may have saw, we did the TRD Pro style grill. That upload is also on the channel. It will be up top left-hand corner of the video, so you guys can view that whenever you want. But today we're gonna give this a little bit of an upgrade. And by upgrade, I mean LED fog light bulbs. Because yeah, we don't like halogen on this channel. All right, guys, so here is our LASTFIT LED fog light bulbs for the newer generation RAV4s. This is being a 2020, but I believe from 2019 up until the current generation, if your RAV4 is in this configuration, these bulbs will work for your vehicle. Now, the cool thing about these bulbs that LASTFIT sent us is that they're actually switchbacks. So when it's, you know, snowy, rainy, and crappy weather up here in the Northeast, as you guys may know, Ashley can turn her fog lights on and they'll be the amber color. So that'll help her see in the bad weather and to cut through some of that rain and snow and ice. Now, when you turn the fog lights off, meaning this being a switchback bulb, and you turn it back on, it'll be a white, bright LED for seeing better at night and just illuminating the road a little bit better, and also creating a way better look for the front of the car as well. So with all that being said, let's go ahead, unbox these bulbs, and get into the installation process. So, as soon as you guys pop off the lid of the box, you're gonna have your product manual, a few stickers from LASTFIT. We always like stickers. We like stickers a lot. Everybody likes stickers. And obviously, your actual bulbs here. And now, just viewing these from, you know, I've got a lot of different products from other brands, and I can tell you this packaging is probably one of the best. They package very carefully within the foam here, and that'll keep these safe in transport. So let's just go ahead, take these out, and look at the build quality of the actual bulbs. So here is your brand new switchback LED bulb from LASTFIT. And now, just viewing the construction of it, it's very well done. This housing is it's not a cheap material. It seems like it's gonna last pretty well. Here are I always kind of look at these, is your notches for the bulb actually fitting and turning into your light housing. Those seem really well built, and obviously your orange little gasket piece here on the bulb. Looks like it's gonna be a nice snug fit. I've bought LEDs in the past that, you know, they look great, but as soon as they go in and they turn, they're pretty loose and they kind of jiggle around a lot, and that could cause problems in the future. We will see how these fit and form once we get it in. Now, the way these are gonna work is that this big end is gonna connect to your factory harness of your car. You know, as we pull those out, I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. It's going to go into this module here, and then in return, this smaller side here with these pins is going to go plug into your light, and that is what's going to, and how it's going to power the light and the switchback bulbs. So now, there's a few different ways you could actually do this installation. I'm going to do it the most easiest way, I feel. A way that you guys might be able to do it is by simply popping the hood, reaching down in there, and actually finagling, getting the bulb out, turning it, taking the connection off, and installing it that way. However, we're gonna make these things a little bit easier and access the fog lights from each wheel well on each side. So the first step we're gonna do to really install these things is to go and take your wheel and turn it so that this wheel is facing in, so you have access to start undoing some of your wheel liner here, just so it gives up, you know, a little bit more space so you guys can work. So starting from the driver's side of the vehicle, this is how your wheels should look. And now it's just simply so we have a little bit more room to get in there and actually undo this screw right here and pull back this fender liner temporarily, so we can access grabbing the bulb from the fog light, twisting it, taking the connection off from the factory harness, and removing the factory bulbs. So really the only tool I'm using at this point is just a good meaty Phillips head screwdriver, or you can grab a socket. I believe it's a 10 mil for this bolt here, the screw, holding in the fender liner to the fender here. Just to get that screw out, that way we can pull this fender liner temporarily back so we can access the light. Alright guys, so as you can see, once that screw has been removed, you can actually pull it away from the car. Just get your hand, use a little force, get that thing away, and I'll add some light, but your bulb is actually right there. All right, so looking inside the fender here, here's your bulb. And now what you're gonna do is undo this connection simply by pressing on this button here, right here, and that can undo your clip. So you're gonna press that in and pull it off. Just like so. Next step is going to be simply twist your connector like that, and it should just pop right out of the housing, like so. If you guys have had your car on for a little bit, be careful, don't touch the actual bulb, it'll be pretty hot. So now with your factory bulb out on the driver's side, you can actually just go ahead and assemble what you need to put the switchbacks in. So we're gonna put this back in the box. That's our factory. And like I said, these are H16s or H11 variant bulbs. So make sure when you guys order these, there'll be a link in the description for LASTFIT switchback bulbs, specifically for this RAV4 model. But make sure if you guys are ordering on the website, make sure to enter your vehicle information. It's actually damn pretty simple to make sure you're getting the right bulbs. As well as always try and reach out to the company. The customer support would be perfect, especially from LASTFIT. They're right on top of their game as far as customer support and getting you the bulbs that you will need specifically for your car or truck. So what I'm going to do here, simply because it'll be easier than when this is actually installed into the Foglight housing, is connect up the rest of our harness for just this side. So the way I'm going to do that is take this male end of the pins on the actual adapter here and plug it into the female end of the actual bulb. Once you have the entire assembly assembled, this is what you should have and what it should look like. Your bulb here, connected via the male and female pin section with a twist-on coupler that kind of holds it together, very nice. And to your adapter. And now this is just simply, this piece is simply going to plug in to your factory harness where you took that plug off. So that plug that you took off for the factory bulb is going to plug straight into your aftermarket LED LASTFIT bulb. Just before we install, I want to comment on the quality of the bulb here and the adapter. This braided line here, like this covering all the wires, is really nice, especially for, a hold true to dirt, mud, snow, whatever gets thrown from the car at the elements. It's going to be lasting a long time with that braided protected covering on the wires. So that's pretty good. That's a very nice touch that LASTFIT made. I see a lot of these lights have just basic wiring, exposed, not really exposed, but just, regular jacketing, wire jacket on the wires. And sometimes that could lead over time to it getting damaged and, well, being exposed a good amount to be damaged so that it will not work. And we want our LEDs to last a long time and never let us down. So the build quality is basically a 10 out of 10 from my book, just judging by what I've seen in the past. So here we have our aftermarket LED from LASTFIT. We're gonna install it back into the housing the same way we took the last one off. So once you get that bulb in there, twisted and it's secured properly, what you're gonna do is take your factory harness wire that you pulled off the old bulb and plug it into your new end here. That's gonna go to your adapter into your bulb. So plug those in and we can go ahead and test from there. All right guys, so we got our driver's side LED bulb installed. And what I like to do with basically everything, especially on lighting, is just make sure, I haven't put everything back together, but I'm gonna go ahead and test just this side first before we button up the wheel liner and button up this side of the car before we move on the other side. I always like to check and make sure, nothing's screwed up. I did everything correctly. It's a very simple install, as you guys can see, but I always just like to double check. We're gonna go ahead, turn the car on, and turn our fog lights on to actually test the function of the switchback LEDs. All right, guys, so as you can see, the fog light bulbs are working perfectly. That is our white, very bright LED color that's coming out of the switchback bulb. And I just want to show the actual fog light function inside the car. That way everybody knows exactly where it is. Your fog light function on the RAV4 is right here. Looking from the driver's side, the left side of the wheel, where your headlight controls are. It's this twist function here, off, and then back on. So now, let's go look at the color of the bulbs. And wow, look at that. The switchback capability is really working. There we have a nice yellow amber color. Like I said, the yellow will help in bad weather, such as rain and ice. And that's a really cool function. Like, that's a really cool idea to have these bulbs as switchbacks. You know, that way you can turn the fog lights on the fly. You know, if you want white, bright, or amber color, you can always have that function instead of switching bulbs out or putting film on the actual housing of the light. So she will now have the ability to turn off her fog lights, turn them back on to have a bright white LED, or vice versa. Turn back the fog lights again, turn them back on, and now you will have a yellow amber color for all that bad weather. So now that we know the bulbs actually work and the function's actually working, we're gonna go ahead, button up the driver's side, do the same process, only on the passenger side. Alright guys, so now with the installation now complete on both sides, we can actually turn the car on, turn them on, and let's see how these bad boys look. Alright guys, so that completes the install of these LASTFIT LED switchback H16 bulbs for your RAV4. It's a very simple install, just follow along. Like I said, I find it way easier to just go into the fender wells on each side, pull back that screw, pull back the fender liner, stick your hand in there, and do the work. It's very simple. That's the easiest way I see it. If you guys figure out a better way to do it, definitely leave a comment below if you have a better way of replacing the bulbs on the fog lights. Huge thank you to LASTFIT LED for sending in and sponsoring this video with these bulbs. We are very happy with the look and the capability of the switchback LEDs. As you can see, you get that bright white, cool white LED color to match your factory like DRL and your headlights here. And then you have the amber function just by switching the fog lights off, then switch it back on. You will have the switchback function of the ambers will now be on, or vice versa. So that's simply how you operate the switchbacks, which I believe that module that's on the LED converts that function to the factory harness of the car. So as soon as you initiate the function of turning the LEDs or the lights off and turning it back on, it switches in the module, and the module tells the light to now be an amber color or a white color, depending on what the color you had on it previously. So I find that a really, really cool feature is these switchback bulbs. Nowadays, it seems like that should be on every car. It seems like that should come factory on any car for that matter. So huge thanks to LASTFIT for sending these in. We are very excited. I'm gonna insert some night video of see how bright these are in both functions, the white and the amber as well, so you guys have a little bit of an idea of what they may look like at night. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to get a set of fog lights for your vehicle, of LASTFIT, any LASTFIT product for your vehicle, you're going to use Steven LED as a coupon code. Any product from LASTFIT, especially these nice fog light bulbs we've installed in our RAV4 today. So I'm going to leave the coupon code in the description below. I'm also going to leave the link to LASTFIT's website so you guys can go ahead and choose whatever LED you want to upgrade your vehicle to, depending on what kind of vehicle you have, as well as leave the link specifically for these switchback bolts for the RAV4 here. And as always, guys, if you like this video, give it a big like. Also give my channel a big subscribe. It helps a lot, especially to get more reviews like this out there. It definitely helps me a lot. It means a lot to me that I can bring the most content as possible to the followers, especially gain relationships with companies like LASTFIT to be able to offer you guys a cool discount code, because we all know, if you're on the channel, you guys love LEDs, I love LEDs. We all love upgrading our rigs and our vehicles with LED technology. So I'm very glad that we've gained this partnership with LASTFIT and I was able to bring you this content to the channel. So as always, guys, please give the channel a big like and subscribe. Thank you, take care, have a good one.